Are you looking forward to be an administrative assistant in a reputed organization? Well, administrative skills are those related to running a business or keeping an office organized. Skills are a form of currency in the working world, and by identifying the most important administrative skills, you will be able to increase your chances of getting hired and succeeding in your position. With over 10 years and more experience, we are going to teach you what this course is all about. Now, administrative skills is an important skill which is required for organizing and effectively managing a workplace at critical support roles, and which will help you to deliver the responsibilities and roles associated with it. This course, administrative assistant skill in the top companies. You'll be job ready with practical insights, comprehensive knowledge covering all the aspects of administrative assistant. It'll help you crack exams, get promotions if you're already working as an administrative assistant. It'll transform you into a confident professional with skills such as managerial, technical and customer oriented. It'll give you a career start if you are a fresher, and the most important aspect of this course is that it is cost effective and high in quality. There are certain modules which will cover the entire course. It will cover the technology aspect, communication skills, organizing, time management, strategic planning, resourcefulness, and it is applicable to all the students who are aspiring to be administrative assistants, to all the working professional, analysts, people who work in business, entrepreneurs and learners. You are going to learn a lot. It's time to grow in your life with confidence and courage, and with 100% success. I want you to enroll for this course today, and this will be a life-changing experience for you to become an administrative assistant in the most reputed companies of the world. So let us discuss the most important aspect of being an administrative assistant. Well, you need to handle technology. You need to have technological skills which will help you to perform your job as an administrative assistant. You'll have to perform data entry, manage team meetings, create reports. Now these are certain skills which you will have to perform with the help of technology. It is important for you to know Microsoft Office softwares like Excel, Word, PowerPoint, Outlook and more. Many of the administrative assistants also know how to work on customer relationship management system, enterprise resource management. If you're comfortable with these softwares and can easily work across all the available technological platforms, you will be the most sought after administrative assistant. You may also be required to do a lot of other jobs which will help you to get your work done. Well, everything that is required comes to how good you are in handling technology. Now just imagine you are on the way and your boss calls you and gives you an assignment to send you an email to all the employees in the organization that tomorrow will be an important meeting. So how would you do that? Well, since you're on the way, you need to use your mobile and send an email through it. Now if you are technical and if you are tech savvy, you will open your mobile, compose an email and send it across through your mobile itself to all the employees. Now that is being able to handle such types of job. For that you need to have technical skills. Well, what are the most basic and the important skills when it comes to having technical knowledge. Microsoft Word, well, a very important software wherein you work almost everything. For example, typing letters, writing memos, in fact drafting emails. If you have to put up a note to your senior officials, if you have to send instructions, circulars, everything has to do with Microsoft Word. You first type it on Word and then put it across. Microsoft Excel. Now, this important software will help you to analyze the numbers, to present the data and the facts in a very presentable manner. You need to know how to use formulas, make charts, graphs, and give the analytical aspects to the management and the employees through Excel. Another important software is PowerPoint. Now, PowerPoint is a very important software wherein you will be making all your presentations which will look visually appealing to the people. Microsoft Outlook is used for you to send emails to your bosses, your employees, and people belonging to outside world. Many a times the administrative assistants require to work on blog post. So if you are good with writing a blog on WordPress, that will be an additional qualification. If you are familiar with terms such as search engine optimization, how to make the website look appealing, how to have certain skills such as record keeping, research, how you can do voice or voicemail video conference, this will all add to your technological skills. And these skills are the most important and basic skills if you're thinking to even join as an administrative assistant. So what are you going to do? How you're going to learn these skills? Now this is important. Now if you want to learn something, you need to start from the basics. So if you're not tech savvy, you can join some of the courses which will help you to get the basic understanding of Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, and give you that confidence of working on these softwares. And once you are confident, you can certainly lead the way and apply for a job as an administrative assistant. Apart from having technical knowledge as well as having great verbal and non-verbal communication skills, another most important sought after skill for an administrative assistant is to have great organization skills. When I say organization, that means organizing things in a company. For example, organizing team meetings, events, filing the system, maintaining important calendar, handling the file management system, either physically or through computer, storing and retrieving important files. Now these are some of the important organization skills. It also requires planning, delegation, and office management. Administrative jobs of all kinds require strong organizational skills to juggle many tasks. Administrative support staff have many various calendars, schedule appointments, and keep the office efficient. Some of the important organizational skills will help you to get your job done with accuracy. Appointment with a particular person, or the appointment of your boss with your employees, billing, bookkeeping, calendar, filing, inventory, multitasking. There are so many things which comes in organization. So how do you become an effective organizer? Well, there's something which is called effective organization skills. You develop that over a period of time with experience. Unless and until you know what to organize and how to organize, you won't be able to learn organization. So no matter what you're doing, where you are, start organizing everything around yourself. Starting from all the things which are on your table right now, to your books, to your shelf, to your bed, everything. And over a period of time, you will start developing this habit of organizing everything around you. And once you get a job as an administrative assistant, you will find this habit very, very helpful. And I'm sure you would come to thank me as well. This is how you will develop organizational skills. So go get that thing done now. Someone rightly said, time management is life management. And once you are an administrative assistant, this is something which you need to do on regular basis. You will have so many different tasks at the same time. Scheduling meetings, going to attend your boss, talking to different people over the phone, attending people who visit your office, and so many other tasks. You will also have important meetings scheduled. You need to work on important cases as well. Now, what important skill do you require to achieve all these tasks? Well, that is time management. Now, time management is an essential skill which is something not common to everyone. But once you learn the time management skills, you'll be able to achieve more within those same 24 hours which every person in the world has. Well, to be the best resource for your team, you need to accurately plan your tasks and the time they will take. Your ability to be punctual and to schedule your time to complete all the assigned tasks will make you a great administrative assistant. Well, you can start to have a to-do list, a list which prioritize all the important work which you need to attend throughout the day. Once you attend the work, you just cancel the work and get the satisfaction of having achieved that task. This itself will motivate you to go to the next task and achieve it as well. Now, time management essentially is a skill and a habit which you develop over a period of time. For you to be successful in life, it is a life skill. Now, how do you manage your time effectively? First, you need to understand the importance of time. Every person who earns a fortune and who earns nothing has the same 24 hours. And how you utilize every second of your life, every second of your day, talks a lot about your time management skills. So if you want to be an effective time manager, you need to understand what are the priorities. So every day once you wake up, make a list of the important priority work which you need to do. There are two types of work, important and urgent. Well, you will obviously want to do something which is urgent and important first, and then get on to the next task. Many a times you would shy away to do the most difficult task first. But once you do the most difficult task at the beginning of the day, you will have everything which is easy for you to do. So why not to start with the most difficult task first? Prioritizing is the most important aspect of time management. Anything which is important has to be done first. Also, there are many important tasks which you can complete while you're working on one particular thing, that is doing multitasking. And that's something which we will talk about in next video. So time management skill is something which can be learned over a period of time. Once you start developing the habit of being an effective time manager, you will start gaining a lot of confidence. You will start achieving lot of things in life. You will start adding value to your day, and your productivity will increase many times. So if you want to be an effective administrative assistant, your productivity is the key. And to be more productive and highly competent, you need to manage your time very well. Now, what do you mean by strategic planning? You must have heard about the word planning something to do, planning something in advance, and effectively planning to get the work done. But what do you mean by strategic planning? Now, in your organization, you must be working on different aspects of economy. And for you to be an effective strategy planner, you need to understand what your company is all about. So prioritizing your task in order of importance or planning out processes for the entire office to follow is strategic planning. Now, planning skills also come into play when you are arranging employee and executive calendars. When something unexpected comes, when you have to attend an important meeting at the call of the hour and you don't know how to go about it. So that requires strategic planning. For example, your boss has 2 important meetings, but suddenly your boss is required to have an important video conference with the top boss of another company. So how would you strategically place that video conference call so that none of the appointment gets affected? Because this meeting is going to give your company big amount of contract. That is called strategic planning. Another important administrative skill is to plan things in advance. Now this might mean that someone's appointment is what you have created already, creating a plan for when the employees are sick, developing office procedural system. As an administrator, you need to be able to plan ahead and prepare for any potential office issues. Well, there are certain skills which is required for you to be an effective strategic planner. You need to have great analytical skills. You need to analyze the situation, the problem, the solution, how you are going to bring that to the table. An effective communicator is always going to have an edge when it comes to strategic planning. You need to have the ability to evaluate all the potential solutions, coordinate events, set goals, implement actions. Making appointments, meeting planning and monitoring actions will also make you an effective strategic planner. So if you want to be a successful administrative assistant, you need to be a strategic planner. You need to come out with innovative and creative ways to get the work done, no matter how difficult and how important or whenever it comes. So you need to be ready with everything and anything. And once you learn this important skill, you will realize how valuable you become for the company. Resourcefulness. Well, just imagine one of the employee of the organization comes to you for a problem. Well, you don't know how to solve the problem, but you know who can solve the problem. That is being resourceful. Even if you don't have solutions, but you know how to get the work done, because you are the person responsible to handle these type of situations. Well, that is called resourcefulness. You need to adapt quickly to get the job done and assist your teammates. You need to be resourceful in getting the task done through multitasking and creative thinking skills. Now, many a times while working in the organization as an administrative assistant, you will get a completely different type of job assignment which you have never done before, and you don't even have the desired skills to do that job. But does that mean that you will not do that job? Well, if you say yes, then you are not a good administrative assistant. Well, there is no job which you cannot do or get it done. You either do it yourself or get it done from anyone else. And your ability to understand this important thing of being resourceful is going to take you to heights as an administrative assistant. Just imagine how much value you will get from your employees if you can come up with solutions to the most difficult problems. How much value your boss will give you if you're able to solve the problems which he can't even think of. So it's important to be resourceful. For you to be a resourceful person, you need to have an open mind. You need to be creative and innovative in your ideas. You need to have an out-of-box thinking. If something comes to you, you know how to handle it. You will get out of the way and think of solutions. Think of people who can do the job for you. It's all about knowing how to get the work done than knowing how to get the work done yourself, right? So many times you will not be able to complete an important assignment because you don't have that desired skills. But you should be knowing who to contact, when to contact, so that that work is done. That is being resourceful. So whenever you interact with people, just get to know what they do. Just have their important contact numbers with them, their email IDs. Maintain good positive relationships with them, because you would definitely need them at some point or the other. And why not to build long-term relationship with people who might help you in future. So if you want to be a resourceful person, you need to have good relationship with people whom you meet, your circle, your inside circle and your outside circle. The more people you know, the more people know you, the more resourceful you become, and the more efficient and effective you become as an administrative assistant. Your company has formulated an important contract, but in that contract an important clause related to pricing is missing, which none of the executives were able to find out. But you, being a person who has expertise, who has the orientation towards detail, you find that out while reading and going across the contract. Now just imagine once you point that out to your boss, how valuable that feedback would be and how much value the employees will have for you as an administrative assistant. Well, that's how you become a detail-oriented person. You need to catch the potential typing, grammatical errors, certain things which are important yet missing. Missing small details in a report or a memo can have a great impact on the performance of the organization. So there is no room for mistakes in many of the business deals. And if you are a person who is detail oriented, you will take that time out and study and get everything done in the right way. Well, to be a detail oriented person requires patience, knowledge and expertise. This you will gain over a period of time, but you need to make it a habit that you go through the details, no matter what it is. Even if it is a 10-page correspondence with the company, you need to read all those 10 pages to see if there is anything which can be pointed out and corrected, or if something is missing. This is how you will build your rapport, your image as a person who is a detail-oriented person, and your value as an administrative assistant will increase tremendously. Just imagine you are the boss of a company and your employee comes to you and tells you, "Sir, we can improve the performance of the company by 40% by bringing certain technical interventions. These are the softwares which we need to purchase to increase our production." Now just imagine how much impact you would have on your boss. Well, that is having foresight and anticipating needs. Well, many a times all the employees who work in the organization, they are contented. They don't go out of the way and find solutions to problems. They are happy with whatever is happening across or around themselves. Well, that's not something which you want to do. You want to give better ideas, come up with better solutions. You are a person who has a foresight, who sees things from a perspective of growth and getting better. At the same time, you also anticipate what are the problems which could happen, how you would be solving those problems. So the difference between a good assistant and a great assistant is their ability to anticipate needs and complete important tasks without requiring to be asked. So no one is asking you to do and anticipate and foresight needs, but you as an administrative assistant, because you are a great administrative assistant, is going to find that problem. An amazing assistant will take initiative to support the business instead of waiting around for approval or direction. If something is out of date and if something requires immediate attention, you are the first person who will go and tell that to your boss. Update it to show your boss that you can take care of the business without needing constant supervision. The best administrative assistants don't need to be told what they need to do. They anticipate the solution before the problem even becomes a problem. These admins are very helpful, indispensable, and secret weapons which the bosses always keep and cannot live without. So if you say that you can think and anticipate needs with great foresight better than your boss, then you will be your favorite of not only your boss but all the employees in the organization. So why not to develop that foresight and anticipate needs and get yourself a better position in the organization? Have you ever wondered that your ability to solve problems can lead you to a job? Well, if you are a great problem solver, you will get a great job. And to be an administrative assistant, problem solving skills are one of the top priorities. Well, as an administrative assistant, you are required to think quickly, be flexible in your approach, and take a creative path to get to solutions. You need to solve problems with ease. You need to be open to ask for help in collaboration with team members to overcome challenges. This is how you will face and overcome any problems which you face in the organization. Discussion, compromise, resilience are invaluable parts of problem solving skills. Now, problem solving and critical thinking are important for any administrative positions. Administrators are often on-the-go person to whom the staff and the clients approach first. They must be able to think and listen to their problems in a very clear manner and also solve them using critical thinking. Now let me talk about some of the important ways in which you can solve the problems of people. First is being assertive. Now once you be an assertive person, you are neither submissive nor aggressive. That means you are not very docile. That is, whatever the person says, you agree with it. Nor you are very aggressive, that no matter what happens, only what you say is right. No, you are an assertive person. You are a positive and a person who is very sure about what he believes in, right? Now, you are also a person who believes in building relationships with clients, with subordinates. You are a person who collaborates and has critical thinking approach. So if there is a problem, you will not only analyze the problem, but you will also assess different ways in which the problem can be solved. And once you get the best way to solve the problem, that is how you will resolve the issue. You are a decision maker, so anything that comes your way, you will take prompt decisions. Building employee relations is an utmost important thing for any assistant. You need to be goal oriented with implementation of all the policies as your prime objective. To resolve an issue through mediation and coordination is something which is required as problem solving skills. Well, many a times you would be required to do research and supervise work of your employees and subordinates. Teamwork is an essential skill without which no organization can succeed. And if you are a great team player, you will be invaluable for your organization. Many a times you would also require to give training as well as do troubleshoot for simplest of the problems. For example, a PC may not start, but you as an administrative assistant should have the basic troubleshooting skills that you can turn on a PC without any effort. Training in terms of giving and also receiving. You should be open to learn new things as well as teach whatever you know to the people who are new to the business. Now, administrative assistant's main responsibility is to keep the things to the point, and problem solving is an indispensable skill. Through creative thinking, you can keep everything running smoothly. You can troubleshoot, you can train people, you can add value to people, as well as you can improvise to make things even better. So I hope you as an administrative assistant would be open to learning problem solving skills. Even if you are not, you can learn the skill with constant practice and through creative ways. I'm sure you would certainly want to be a great problem solver in your organization. Is there one thing which can either make or break your career? Well, that is etiquettes. The way you deal with people, the way you interact with people, the level of respect which you give to people and which people offer to you in response. That is called proper etiquette. Now, many a times we don't even realize the way we interact with people, the way we move, the way we walk, everything gets counted in terms of the subconscious mind of the people. They will not notice it or they will not express it on your face, but everything gets noticed. So it's important and essential to have proper etiquettes. It is essential to give value to the other person's thoughts and beliefs, even if you don't agree with them. It is important and essential to understand the difference between a person who is senior to you and a person who is junior. That doesn't mean that you would disrespect someone who is new in the organization. Proper etiquette means you are giving value to human relationships. You are giving respect to the people for their views and opinions. And if required, you are ready to collaborate and work with them as a team to get results for your organization. Now, as an administrative assistant, your role is almost always forward facing. You are the face of the organization. Everything which you do gets reflected on the company for which you are working. So imagine, as a brand ambassador of a company, why would you want your company to be in bad name? So you as an administrative assistant has to be upright with the most sophisticated etiquettes there in the organization. You as a gatekeeper for a department or executive will be handling incoming calls. You will be reaching out to vendors or speaking directly with large executive or big executives of other companies. This is why your etiquettes will play a big role in forming the image of the organization. Also, good manners and etiquettes are important in your general life as well, and I'm sure we all have that basic proper etiquettes. Even if we don't have, we can learn them through constant practice, by improving our communication skills, by improving our body language, and that can be done through many of the courses which are available online. In fact, even my course on your communication skills and body language, you can effectively take that course and you can become a better person with great body language and confidence. Also, administrative assistants need high emotional IQ and the ability to read people and react accordingly. Well, many a times, by the look of the person, you should be able to understand what the person is feeling. That can only happen once you have a lot of experience, as well as you have the confidence level to handle situations. Now that will come obviously after a lot of practice and spending time in the business. But as of now, I want you to focus on developing proper etiquettes and grooming yourself as a great human being. Are you in control of your emotions? Can you handle people's emotion? Do you know your strength and weaknesses? Can you tell a person just by looking at his face what the person must be going through? Well, if you have these skills, you are emotionally intelligent, and this is one of the most sought after skills for any job in this world. Being an administrative assistant, since you are required to deal with people on the first hand, your emotional intelligence will play a great role in your success. Well, emotional intelligence is nothing but knowing about yourself and understanding the emotions of others. And while doing these two things, you are able to deal with people and effectively handle situations. For example, a person, an employee of your organization comes to you and he is not in a good mood because of certain pressure, or maybe he's not feeling well. Well, you as an emotionally intelligent person, just by looking at his face, can sense that the person is not comfortable. He is not at his best. And that's how you will use your emotional intelligence skills, and you will talk to that person. Take 2 minutes of your time, talk to that person and know what the problem he is facing. Now once you listen to what the other person is facing as a problem, you can come up with solutions. Now what will happen with this? The employee will feel better and he'll be able to give more productivity to the company. This is how emotionally intelligent people get things done easily, and this is why they are always at the top. So no matter how much marks you scored in your college degree, no matter how good you are as a technical person, but if you don't know how to handle emotions, not only of yourself but also others, you won't be a successful person. And to be an administrative assistant in an organization, it is very important to be emotionally strong and intelligent. Well, emotional intelligence also refers to a knack of understanding and even influencing emotions in ourselves and others. It makes people easy to work with. I just gave you an example. If someone is not feeling well, you can sense that out. You talk to people and make them feel comfortable. It helps people manage emotions of others. Emotional intelligence makes conflict resolution a breeze. Now, I've seen many a times there are difficult people to handle with in the organization. Now, an emotionally intelligent person can only deal with these people, because no matter how good you are, if you don't know how to handle the emotions of people, you can create a mess out of these people. because they would either not listen to you, nor they would be interested in your suggestion. But you, as an emotionally intelligent person, will be able to handle these difficult people. Now you would be wondering how. Well, that's why emotional intelligence is the top skill of any administrative assistant. Now, once you deal with difficult people, as an emotionally intelligent person, you would know why the person is difficult. Is the approach of the person difficult, or what he believes is something which is difficult to convince? Now, once you understand this, you acknowledge what the other person is feeling, whether it's good or bad. And once you acknowledge the person's emotions, the feelings, the thoughts, their values, their beliefs, they will start listening to you. And once they start listening to you, you can get your job done very well. That's how emotionally intelligent people work. They also make stress easier to manage. Emotionally intelligent people not only create good environment for themselves but also for others. They make the work culture lively as well as friendly. They encourage positivity in others, and they make sure that the team is united and performing at their best. Well, many a times I have heard people say that if you do multitasking, you won't be efficient. Well, I believe multitasking is an efficient way of doing things altogether. Now, why this is important in the perspective of becoming an administrative assistant is because as an administrative assistant, you will not only be handling one problem or one situation at a time. You will be dealing with different situations. Your boss would be calling, you would be thinking about the next meeting, your office colleagues will call you for certain problems, you will have HR related issues, you would have technical issues, you would have parking lot related issues, you may have your own personal problems. But how effectively you do the multitasking and handle all situations, not all the situation at every time, but yes, 2 or 3 situations at one given point of time, is multitasking. So for example, your boss just called you over the phone and you are writing an important email. So if you are a good multitasker, you would just pick up the phone because it's important and urgent, because it's your boss calling. You will listen to what your boss is saying. At the same time, you would ensure that the email which you were drafting is completed. So even while you are talking to your boss, you are also focusing on the completion of the email which you were drafting. That is multitasking. Also, handling different types of queries and giving proper solution to each of those problems is an important part of being a multitasker. Now, it is one of the top skills that administrative assistant is likely to have, and if you have multitasking skills, there is nothing that can stop you. Now, many times people would want you to do a lot of things on priority. Well, that also depends upon how you handle things. As I've already told you about emotional intelligence, you can use that and prioritize the work which is to be done. But multitasking is one of the most important and essential skills which you can develop over a period of time. Now, multitasking is something which you can learn, but that can only happen once you spend some time working in the organization. If you are a student, if you are a college graduate, an entrepreneur, a person who is aspiring to work, you can develop the habit of multitasking while you are working on your table, while you are studying. Start to do 2 or 3 things together, but ensure that none of the work's implementation or the results get affected because you are doing multitasking. So if the outcome is not good of multitasking, then the entire skill itself is not useful, right? So make sure even while you are doing multitasking, the results are there, right? You're not getting poor results only because you're doing multitasking and not focusing on one work. That has to be ensured. There cannot be any compromise on the quality of output and productivity while you do multitasking.